Hey there, Star Stuff. This is your timeless weekly reading, recorded for the week of 26 February to 3 March 2024. Beginning of the week, we have the Eight of Fire, Traveling. This card features a bird's eye view of a person traveling up a mountain. Looks like it's sunrise because of the way that the clouds look to me. The book says, the tiny figure moving on the path through this beautiful landscape is not concerned about the goal. They know that the journey is the goal. The pilgrimage itself is the sacred place. Each step on the path is important in itself. When this card appears in a reading, it indicates a time of movement and change. It may be a physical movement from one place to the next, or an inner movement from one way of being to another. But whatever the case, this card promises that the going will be easy and will bring a sense of adventure and growth. There is no need to struggle or plan too much. The traveling card also reminds us to accept and embrace the new, just as when we travel to another country with a different culture and environment than the one that we are accustomed to. This attitude of openness and acceptance invites new friends and experiences into our lives. I also, when I was shuffling for this week's reading, I got this song, Back to Life. Back to reality, back to the here and now, baby. I'll see if I can find it and link the audio for the whole song. Intuition said to put it at the beginning of this reading, and so I got nudged as I was reading in the book for the Eight of Fire to put the song there, so I put the song there. Clarified by Eight of Water, Letting Go. This is a release. Eights are round numbers. When I think of eights, I think about abundance. I think about increase. I think about resources you have, resources that are coming, resources. And so what I'm receiving about the beginning of the week is to let the journey of the goal take you. Let whatever it is that you need to release be released. Ask your spirit team, ancestor, source guides, whoever your higher power or higher powers are, to take off of you whatever is unnecessary. And your part in that, once you do that, that prayer or that ask, that request, is to not grab it back. Let it go. Let source take it from you. Let that energy be recycled. Let your capacity grow, open, shift, and move in the way that it needs to, so that you have more access to yourself and your discernment, your love, your respect, all of that stuff for yourself. I get a strong sense that the people who are in my collective are likely to be people pleasers or people who give more to everyone else except themselves. And so if that is you, if you don't have the energy and the capacity to give to yourself, you are going to feel like you're out of resources. Middle of the week, we have 10 of Clouds, Rebirth. Evolution of consciousness. This card depicts the evolution of consciousness as it is described by Friedrich Nietzsche in his book, Thus Spake Zarathustra. He speaks of the three levels of camel, lion, and child. The camel is sleepy, dull, self-satisfied. He lives in delusion, thinking he's a mountain peak. Really, he is so concerned with others' opinions that he hardly has any energy of his own. Emerging from the camel is the lion. When we realize we've been missing life, we start saying no to the demands of others. We move out of the crowd, alone and proud, roaring our truth. But this is not the end. Finally, the child emerges, neither acquiescent nor rebellious, but innocent and spontaneous and true to his own being. Whatever the space you're in right now, sleepy and depressed, or roaring and rebellious, be aware that it will evolve into something new if you allow it. It is a time of growth and change. Okay, 10 of Clouds is clarified by the Eight of Rainbows, Ordinariness. And this card features a person going about their ordinary day. It looks like they've got a basket of flowers that they have collected, and they're in really ordinary clothes with a hat for coverage out in I want to say the forest, but like it's trees in a somewhat plainsy looking area. And it's just really pretty. It's pretty. The blossoms above the head are pink and white, telling me that it's innocence and self-love, platonic love that is happening with the Eight of Rainbows. So the Ten of Clouds being of the mind, there is some kind of awareness or perspective shift connected to going about life as you're going. So nothing comes and falls on your head and like sparks an aha moment. It is the mindfulness and awareness and attention on what's happening in your daily life that encourages and brings about this awareness shift that happens around midweek. End of the week, Four of Water, turning in. This is a card of deep inner listening. Really and truly, it reminds me of meditation, right? Like when we're meditating, we're not trying to make the thoughts go away. We're not trying to still our busy mind, because good luck for some of us, good luck. There is no stilling the engine of that. But what we can do is allow the busyness of the mind, the whispers, even the negative self-talk, right? Whatever it is that's going on with our mind is going to happen. The chatter will be there, but the meditating figure in the card is at peace. She is at peace. Her emotions are calm. They move, they flow. On her jacket are the roses. This is love. She is covered and protected by that love. Being connected to yourself, being connected to and aware of what's happening with your emotions allows you to let them be. You don't have to push and pull if you already know what it is, right? You know exactly what it is. You know what it's going to do. And there's nothing wrong with allowing it to be as it is. And so these negative, angry voices that are like, I want to say it's like a type of vampiric energy, right? Like these are things that are taking away or trying to distract you, trying to take away from you. And they're there. They're not bothering her any. She is focused, deeply turning in to herself, to her emotions, connected to that love, connected to that protection. The deeper blue reminds me of the blue of the third eye. The lighter blue reminds me of the blue of the throat chakra a little bit more, but really I'm getting more emotion from that card. Okay. This is the one major arcana in the deck for water, clarified by card 7 of the major arcana, which is awareness. This is a burning away of Maya, the illusion. This is a card of consciousness, of the veil pulling away and you undeniably seeing something that is, nobody can take it away from you. It is untake-backable, this shift in awareness. And it being a major arcana tells me that source gives it to you. So tuning into yourself will allow you to be able to see that awareness in a way that is beneficial to you. This is clarified by the Knight of Water, Trust. C is a person who is floating. They are propelled forward and resting inside their own power of their trust. The top of the sky, 3/4 of it, is the blue of the throat chakra. The bottom layers are the pink of self-love, platonic love, pure friendship type love. Tying these together, beginning of the week, we have the 8 of Fire, clarified by the 8 of Water, emphasizing we're in the wake of the full moon in Virgo. There's a lot of planetary movement around release and integration and wound healing in general. And to see it show up in this card reading is really interesting for me. Fire being action, water being emotion, and they are connected together in the beginning of this week, showing that any worries that you have about getting to where it is that you're going, set those worries aside. Allow yourself to emotionally process what's happening, to let shit go. Life is short. We do not have time for our minds to be occupying, to be spinning around about things that we can't do anything about. Focus on what it is that you can do, which is the goal. You can do 5 minutes on your goal a day or 30 minutes 3 times a week if that's what you've got the time for. Okay. Let go of the self-doubt, let go of the worry, let go of the rumination. And this might take some practice, right? Some of these are ingrained habits and patterns. So I don't say these things lightly, like, oh, just do it, but you can create a practice from noticing what's going on, using your self-awareness. Talk to your ancestors, guides, source, whoever your spirit team is, your higher power is, about being able to let go of the worries, let go of the doubts, to release and process what's happening with you emotionally so that you don't have to re-experience those things over and over again. Middle of the week, we have the 10 of clouds clarified by the 8 of rainbows. Chuckling because here we have 3 8s. In my mind, as I see those 3 8s, I hear money, 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 money. So maybe somebody is getting some cash because rainbows are about the material. And so maybe what's happening with this perspective shift from being in a place of ego to being in a place of selfless authenticity. You're not worried about how people see you. You're not worried about making other people listen to you or making other people see where you're right. You are doing what you need to do, and you are allowing yourself to play. You are allowing yourself to experience without worrying about what other people think, what other people want, what you think about yourself and about circumstances. Really being able to let go of ego and be in the ordinary moments, be with your life, just be with things. All right, there might be some financial opportunity available to you based off of being able to let go, being able to transform, to release, to focus on your goals, and to let go of who's right, who's wrong, and what you think of yourself, because there is so much of you that you don't see, but other people experience. And that experience that they have, if you're around the right people, I put that in quotation marks because, people who are for your highest good will reflect back to you the positives of who you are. There might be some abundance coming to you and available to you if you allow it. End of the week, we have 4 of water telling us that whatever it is that's distracting us, whatever it is that is trying to make waves in our emotional self, turning into ourselves, cloaking ourselves in our love, the love of the heart, the love of foundation, the understanding that our emotional internals are what they are. They're going to do what they do. If you get hijacked by the chatter thoughts, bring yourself back to the center. Bring yourself back to that place of peace. Turn in deeply. Course correction is a staple in the leadership toolbox. So if you get hijacked, notice you're hijacked, come back to your center, find that place. You have awareness available to you, probably in some kind of aha or download by the end of the week. Trust that third eye. Trust your heart self. Trust in source. Listen and discern. There might be things around you that are pulling at you about, maybe it's your support people. Ask source guides, ancestors, whomever is in your spirit team to clarify for you who is really for you, because there might be members in your support team that aren't really for you, and that could be the awareness also, right? Some people are very good at deception and manipulation, and it can be really challenging to see, who it is and what that's about. So ask for clarification, watch for the answer, and check your own judgment while you're at it. And when I say judgment, I mean a lot of times we attribute qualities or data based on what we know in our bubble of experience. Somebody else might have a completely different bubble of experiencing and understanding and relating to the world. So if you take your understanding and you project that understanding onto them when they are operating from their experience and their perspective, you may end up with miscommunications that could disconnect you from somebody who's really good for you. This looks like a week of release, of experiencing our ordinary in a mindful way, staying connected to our heart, staying connected to our inner voice, really making sure and checking in with our emotions, processing them, asking for clarification about them, and trusting ourselves deeply. Use your discernment muscles. Give yourself grace. Give yourself love. Let go of what is unnecessary. And there might be things that you think is necessary but isn't. So definitely talk to your ancestors, your guides, your source, whoever your higher power is. Talk to them, ask for clarification about it, ask them to take whatever is unnecessary off and to bring things into your life that will help you get to where it is that you want to go. All right? You've got this. Hang in there. You are definitely never alone. If you found value from this video, please leave me a like, drop me a comment down below, let me know how your week has gone. And if you haven't already, please remember to subscribe to my channel before you go. I'll see you in the next one.